Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. How is everyone doing today? So, let's see who's here. Hey, good morning, Patrick. We know Sterling's here with all the news scrolling by. Good morning, Sterling. Thank you for putting in the initial jobless claims and wholesale inventories. I will cover that in a second. Hey, did I see that also Toyota had record sales this month or something? You'd know about that, Sterling. Uh, Good morning, Legion Reaver. So, yeah, uh-huh. Oh, is that from Jonas? From Morgan Stanley? Oh, boy. All right. Just a little house cleaning stuff. I think I'm not going to be around tomorrow unless something major happens today. Feeling a little under the weather, and this is going to be a shorter session. So I'm just going to take tomorrow off unless, again, something major happens. There's not much coming out tomorrow. We have the Chicago PMI tomorrow. That's really about it. And it's the last trading day of the year. It's going to be a quieter day. So, hey, William. Thank you. I haven't seen you in a while. So, today we had the initial jobless claims that Sterling put in the news or in the chat, with coming in at 218, little higher than consensus, but not much. We had continuing jobless claims coming in right in at consensus. We had wholesale inventories coming in line with forecast, and the really goods trades balance just a little off the forecast. So that's really where that sits. Nothing that's really going to shake the markets there. Pending home sales 30 minutes after the cash open. Then we have the crude numbers today because of Monday's holiday. They shifted from Wednesday to Thursday. So keep an eye out for those if you're a crude trader. Then we have bill auctions, note auctions, and the 15 and 30-year mortgage rates coming out. So that's really about it. Let me see if we can get to it quickly. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, William. Again, this is going to be a shorter session, but I'll see if I can do Hood and Chewy. Let me just get through this real quick. Tesla's still running up, closing above that 62.5 yesterday. Mega caps are pretty much quiet, but everyone's positive for today so far. But a quieter market going into the open. Let me just refresh this. Consumer cyclical, comm services and technology leading up. Real estate pulling back a bit. Again, nothing major. Consumer cyclical up the best right now. Fed Watch has 7 cuts now priced in for next year again. All the way back down to 350 to 375 basis points. So 7 cuts with the first one starting in March. There we go. And we're still in extreme greed. All right. So that's where we're going to pretty much end the year in extreme greed mode. We do have on the daily in S&P, yes, the potential double, the lopsided double is still in place. We have some waning momentum with the RSI. We're getting back to daily cycle tops on the daily, and also we're still at cycle tops on the weekly, and it's very overextended. So we'll see how it survives the end of this year, but are we set up for possibly a pullback next year? Well, we will see. Topping out earlier as 48.41, 48.42 area harmonic, pulling back from that. Could be starting to see some little profit taking coming in. The minor support level is 48.29 to about 48.27. And then the major I'm looking at is 48.17, then 48.04 would be the major. Even 48.04 wouldn't even reconnect it with the rotation zone. But remember, there is some pretty major support at this 48.17 area. And it's the harmonic. So keep an eye on that with a pullback. Let's look at the shorter term charts. Right now, going into the open on a continued pullback, I'm watching this 48.27 to 48.29 area. So if it turns around, remember it's pulled back to the 4-hour rotation zone. If it turns around and pushes higher, I'll be watching for that retest, that 48.41 area. And then the next major harmonic area is 48.52, 48.53. Hey, Chris Plummer. Toyota global sales were up 14% year over year through November. Thanks for that information. That's a good year for Toyota. Uh, the potential double is off the table for Nasdaq. Uh, Spiking just above this 17,152 level and pulling back slightly right now, but nothing major. Key support coming in right about 17,115. That's what I'll be looking if it continues to drop into the open. And then below that, I'm looking at roughly about 17,063 to 17,075. And then 17,012 on a bigger drop. Not expecting that to happen, but you always got to prepare. The weekly cycles are at the top. The daily, we also have a potential divergence setting up, waiting momentum on a daily and cycles getting back to the top. So just be careful up in this area. And it's also, yes, this is a modified wedge pattern, but it is wedging higher. So we know that can cause a sudden shift, and that's on a weekly chart. So do keep an eye on that. The Dow still has a potential double in place. Long way off from triggering. Just what I'm looking at today. Key support going into the open is about 37,900 and then 37,872, 37,800, 792 to 800. Next key targets up, should we keep marching on, 38,090 to 38,100, then 38,170 area. Russell, little bigger pullback. Russell finally dropping back into the 4-hour rotation zone again. The key area I'm watching is about this 2071, 2072 area for support. If we reverse back above 2086, then I'll be watching for a more significant topping pattern. This is not, with this price action back and forth here, is not a double. Don't trade it like a double. It's coming right into key support. So this is where I'm watching right here to first level, this 2078, and then that 2071 to 2072 area. But do not try to treat that as a little double. Just an FYI. If it breaks back above 2097, the next key target is 2110. Any idea how you can make 10K a month? Well, there's lots of ways to make 10K a month, including lots of jobs to make 10K a month. If you're looking to try to trade and have a goal like that, you're at the wrong. You can learn. You can. I mean, I hate goals of, can I make, these people, I need to make 1,000 a day or this or that. That's not the way trading's designed. Every day is not necessarily profitable. You shouldn't have a target every day or every month. There are months that can be made a lot of money, months that just aren't great trading. That's why people who set goals and say, I need to do something like this per month, it's a really bad idea for trading. And these people who promise systems make $1,000 a day. No. It's a lot of it scams. If you're just looking for consistent income, there's lots of jobs that'll do that. If you want to learn to trade and invest, then you learn to do it properly. But 10K a month, what, on $1 million account or a $1,000 account? They're two very different things. It's why that's a joke of a statement. So, I mean, anybody who comes, that's why I can't, some stuff I can't stand on the retail end of this industry. People pumping out stuff to just make 10K. I showed people last week, what I showed people with the percent B system, you can easily turn into even a profitable automated system. But you know what? With a little work, I gave you enough of a head start that anybody can turn that into something that they can use to either trade or invest profitably. And that was free, but it does got no promises because I can't control what you're going to do. I can't control if people are going to do stupid with their account. I've seen it way too often. People do. I took a percent B signal. I put my whole account on the line, and it didn't work. You took one trade and you put everything on the line. That's inane. I've seen everything in this industry. It's so I can't stand aspects of it. VIX all the way back down to this 1235 area. Again, we're back into sell vol, buy it all. That's just running out of momentum a little though, but really be interesting to see where this closes back down here. But there's really no fear in the markets. The DAX just chugging along so far with a sideways correction. Still breakdown point 16,795. Breakout point is still on a close above 16,972. Spiked above it a couple times and not been able to follow through with the close. Notes coming to the 113.07 and at 113.08, 113.07. Minor harmonic pulling back. Minor support now at 112.31 roughly. Major support coming in about 112.21. Next harmonic up is 113.19. This is stair stepping up. There's not a great, it's just trailing from any long perspective, from any long positions from my perspective. Other than that, would not be chasing it. Just like from the yield perspective, yields reversing on the 3.78 harmonic. Okay. But there is no great bottoming setup yet. Watching for one to come in here. Watching for one to come in. By the way, there's no more mini double that never triggered. So your first area of key resistance is about 3.85, and then you're looking at 3.89 to 3.9 on any bounce. So this is not something I'd be chasing personally higher. I'm watching for another rotation down, seeing if we get a stronger bottoming pattern. If it does drop again, this isn't even a proper pausing bar yet, but it'll give me an idea. The next major area would be 3.6. Doubt it's going to get down there. 2-year on contract roll yesterday coming in just below key support, but also going to be watching for a bottoming pattern there. 10-2s still caught in a range. Not much to talk about there. Dollar index, however, coming down, not quite to that 100 area, 100.08. That's going to be a big magnet price, but watching for a bounce here, then a rollover play again. Major resistance coming in, major resistance back at about this 101 area. So, we'll be seeing if we do get a very aggressive percent B set up with daily cycles coming to bottom, but not one yet. We have to see how this closes today. Crude, little pullback into support. Little pullback. This is going to be interesting. Going to see if we get some potential setups on crude coming into the support area. So that's going to depend on how we close today. Other than that, not much to talk about there. There's not a lot of great action today. And this is the end of the year. This is where I would not force stuff. So the people who I need to make without my $1,000 trading today, there might not be good trading today. So if you set a goal, you're going to force stuff. Gold finally yesterday closed above the 62.5, so it's got the increased probabilities to retest some of these higher areas into that big reversal wick. Major support 2070 now. What else? Nothing with the yen just yet. It's a very stronger double bottom pattern that may never trigger, but if it continues to pull back, because this trend is still down, remember that. 139.50 area, 50% retracement, very key area to watch for, that we could be breaking down and targeting that. Keep that in mind. Euro. Through the 75%, little pause today, but next magnet price is 111.72. Major support is all the way back at this 110 at this point. So that's a breakout. If we do pull back there, would just be a retest of rotation zone. We don't have a significant topping pattern yet. Going to be watching to see if it stalls out in front of this 87.5 with a topping pattern on the 4-hour to 1 hour, but we don't have anything just yet. Just going to skip the pound. The spiders, Looks like a slight gap up today. Slight gappity gap up. 476.90. We're trading right there pre-market. Above there, 477.91. And then 478.71 are the key levels. Right now, this is a sideways base horizontal channel with a triple top that we're looking to break above. So the major support is back at minor supports coming in about 476.50. Major supports coming in about 476.30 on the shorter term time frames. And then on the daily time frame, I'll now be watching 473.35. Still, the overall to make all-time highs in the spiders is what? 479 something. So, is it worth using prop firms to trade, or is it just a waste of time? It depends on your strategies and the prop firm. A lot of prop firms, based off their reward to risk, you better have and they don't want you carrying a lot of positions overnight, so you better have short-term strategies lined up. If you need capital leverage, that's another thing, but leverage cuts both ways. So that's an individual decision. I've traded with prop firms before, and there's nothing wrong with the good ones. Just be advised you need to focus on, you're not going to be running a lot of longer term strategies on it. Qs, gap up today. Let's see where this is. 412.59. Yesterday's close was 411.50, so that's the key level of support. The next is going through this minor harmonic, so the double is going to be probably off the table with this gap open. We're looking then at 413.93 is the next key area, and then you have your major cluster 417.41 to 419.41. Right now on the minor again, you have a sideways multiple topping channel with a break above it and an opening just slightly above this harmonic area. So the key support is back at that gap fill area from yesterday. Minor support would be about 412. The major support on the daily is all the way back at about 409. What else? Oh, Tesla closed above the 62.5 yesterday, so the next magnet price, we'll see if it can get there, is at 269.96, but I'd be watching really close to 269 if it runs up there. And support 257. By the way, the double is technically not invalidated yet. All right, what else do we want? Let's see. Can we look at Hood and Chewy? Hood. Just keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on this. We're at a major resistance area, okay? Major top area right here. If it keeps going, this is where you want to use, if it does keep going, this would be in trailing mode, but if it kept going, I'd use your reverse harmonics right here. The next key target would be 1390. This is a valid double. So that would be a great area from my perspective for a trailing stop from a longer term position, unless you have something tighter from a shorter term position. So I'd watch for that. That would need to confirm that would need a daily close below what? A 1251. And also on your weekly perspective, look how overextended it is from the weekly rotation zone. So this would definitely, with weekly cycles at a top, definitely be a key trailing area for me. I am not in Hood, by the way. But that's how I'd be looking at it. Chewy. It's a channeling double. Still technically qualifies. 2353 would be the trigger point on a closing basis. So that again, this is run pretty decently. This has been running pretty decently. Sorry for that old stuff on the chart. Uh, so that would be another really good trailing, depending on your time frame. That could take it back deeper into the rotation zone, but not yet to the prior area of here. If this does keep running, your magnet price, I'd be looking at. Let's see where these. Let's see where this sits. The area I'd be looking at right now, we have these prior key highs from the gap area, the harmonic. So right about 27, I'd be looking at 27 to 28 coming in if it does keep running. If this just is fine support with 8 pushing the price up, breaks out, that would be the next key area I'd be looking at, with a minor area of 26.29. So let's see. I'm glad everybody's discussing the prop stuff. Hello, Christoph. I want to start with the what's the I don't understand that what that is, Harry. So that's where we sit right now. All right. So just with the year-end trading, again, it's getting into thinner markets and repositioning. Just don't force anything. Again, if you tuned in late, there probably will not be a live stream tomorrow unless something major happens today. So don't be shocked if there's nothing going on tomorrow. Just enjoy the day. There's no major news things coming out. It's just a minor Chicago PMI. I'm need to take a little break. So with that, I shall talk to everybody. If I don't see you tomorrow because I don't live stream, then I will see you back on Tuesday. So that's, yeah, just don't do stupid. You know what? There's always another trading day. If you don't have anything to do, some days nothing is the best trade. Doing nothing is still a trade. It's a break-even trade. You had a break-even day. You don't have to trade every day. Learning when not to trade is just as important as learning when to trade. So, that's have a good one. Yes, thank you, everyone. I will talk to everyone. Have a wonderful, happy New Year if I do not have a live stream tomorrow. And remember, January 1st, the futures are open limited. The stocks are closed. So I will see everybody back next week. Talk to you then. Bye for now.